Is it a new look Spurs or is it just hot air? Tottenham Hotspurs 2, Manchester United 0. These are the 5 talking points about that game. Number 1, an imbalanced squad. Personally, in my opinion, I feel different positions had players that needed not to be included in the first 11. For example, I preferred Lindelof over Wan-Bissaka. I preferred to have Anthony benched first and either having Sancho on the forefront. And as Casemiro was playing, we felt that Mount kind of slowed him down to an extent where he used to attack and leave Casemiro wide open, hence having a very hard job defending an attack from Tottenham Hotspurs. So I feel Manchester United need to work on the right formations and the right players depending on the scenarios. Not all players deserve to play in every game. There are players that can play in certain games and others cannot, to create that synergy in the team. Number 2, was Casemiro slow or was it an upset from his partner Mount? I think the Spurs team was a bit too fast for him, and he had a very hard time shielding the defense from any more attacks. Number 3, is Mason Mount the solution that Manchester United were looking for? Based on the few games that we've seen Mason Mount play, I think he has a very big job to actually convince the Man United fan base and the coach that he's the right man for the job. Based on the game that was played on Saturday, he still looks a little bit off the mark. However, we think in the next coming games we'll be able to have a better judgment on that. Number 4, is Ten Hag too stubborn to make the right decisions, or is it just our opinion as fans? I feel there are a couple of instances where, for example, the captain Bruno Fernandes should have been taken out at some point. However, he is allowed to play for the whole 90 minutes, hence not getting the desired results as expected. So I feel as Ten Hag, he needs to be a little bit more flexible and allow each player to compete for each position. However, if he gives the impression that a player does not need to be replaced, then you might not end up getting the desired result. So if you look at even his selection, you'd find that there are players who are given time in every single game. However, they're not really living up to the expectation. So we expect maybe to see Ten Hag in the coming weeks being more flexible in choosing the right players, and in the event that a player, for example, does not perform as expected, he can be able to take them off and replace him with a more capable player. Number 5, is it that this is a new Spurs or is it hot air? Based on what we saw from goalkeeping to attack, they played a very decent game. Talking about James Maddison, whom to me was one of the star players in the game. He really controlled the midfield and he was playing like an orchestra. Partnering with Bissouma, we saw a very nice coordination in the midfield. However, one person that we need to really mention is Pedro Porro, who was their star man in defense, and he actually showed that he deserves to be the captain. Personally, I think he deserves to be the captain ahead of Son, but I think Son is the captain based on the fact that he stayed at Tottenham for a whole more time, more than the other players. That's why maybe it's suitable that the coach decided to choose him. Up front, I feel if Tottenham had the likes of Hurricane, they would have gotten more goals, because we saw Richarlison really didn't do much. However, once Richarlison was withdrawn and Perisic came on board, we saw a very vibrant attack play from Tottenham. However, this is only the second game. We can praise them and then they go back to the old same Tottenham. However, we'll be able to keep you updated as game week 3, 4 until game week 38 to see where Tottenham will end up. Finally, as Spurs the new underdog, based on the play that they had on Saturday, they have much to be desired for. This is a new system, new management. We know the style of play that their coach Ange had while at Celtic, and I think if he does that and gets the right players, then we expect some better play from Tottenham this season. However, do they have the required depth? That is something that we need to think about. Considering Maddison gets injured, who replaces him in the creative midfield position? I don't know. So till next time, keep subscribing to our channel, share, comment, and let us know what we need to really talk on the next time.